right onto our hand and arm massage. You can see he's completely draped. And how you're going to come in here is I would come to the side, establish my contact, nice and gentle. Come here, hold this back and do a nice little fold. Making sure nothing's exposed. Come in here, make sure their arm's out. And you can kind of tuck this in. And then you have your hand and arm out. I'm going to use our hand relief cream. Making sure not to touch the tip. Always closing everything. I have my composition oil. I just use a little bit of oil. And then I'm going to warm it up in my hands. And then always starting with effleurage strokes. I'm going to come in, nice and gentle. Effleurage strokes. And come all the way down to the tips of their fingers. And I'm going to add a little bit more because he's a little dry. Keeping that contact, add some of hand relief. A little oil. A lot of people will absorb that hand relief pretty quick. Same thing, I'm coming in, gentle contact, gentle effleurage strokes. All right. So I always like to start at the top and move my way down. So once I have product all over, I'm going to go ahead and start here. And I actually like to come to the shoulders and give the shoulders a little bit more love because most of our issues are there. Coming up. Get around the shoulders. I am doing a lunge right now, making sure that my back's straight. So now I'm going to go ahead and separate, separate the muscle here. And then come in, do some love. Anytime you do a little bit deeper work, even though that wasn't very deep, you always want to do effleurage before and after. Same thing on the other side. Separate that muscle. Come up, do a little love for the shoulders, and back down. I'm going to get the other side with my thumb. My thumb's the one doing the pressure right now. Up and come down. Kind of the same thing as in the video. And excuse me, but I'm going to come around the side, making sure that nothing's exposed. Coming around. And then I can get the inner. Now this is more sensitive here, okay, you guys? So you don't want to do too crazy. And get that inner part there. Doing some circles. Coming all the way up. Again, always making sure that they are not exposed. And we're just going to do a little pull. You never are grabbing at the elbow. You're grabbing below and above. Just do a nice little pull. Come along to this side. I'm going to just switch my arms. So I'm at this angle. Pull. And then come around, down. And this one is very easy. I'm just going to come here, do a nice little pull. And then I like to end at the bottom here. Now, if someone has a lot of hair, which you can't see his hair, but he does, it's very light. Just be careful, making sure that you have a good amount of slip, okay? All right, so I'm just going to lift up and then following along here. I'm just going to put a little pressure. Going up towards the elbow. So whenever you're doing massage, you always want to go from insertion to origin. So with this, This is inserting here, right, into our wrist, our hand, our area. And so I'm going to the origin. And then this, technically, right, would be insertion to origin. I always tell people to just think of it as going more towards the heart. That's typical of how it is, okay? So I like to go there first, separating that muscle. And here, so we're following that radius. There's the ulna. And then now I'm going to come, and I'm gentle coming down. I'm actually going to grab here, do the same thing, but on the other side. And if you watch his fingers, they're going to move. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, follow down. His fingers start to move. Same thing on this side, okay? So again, you have about an inch-ish in between. So I do that a couple times. Watching those fingers move. We're just really helping everything, all the movement there. And then I like to do some circles going up. All the way up, always kind of flowing back in, just give that other part of love. And now I'm going to turn the hand around. Sometimes people are going to try to help you, though he's actually doing good. He's fallen asleep pretty well. If they try to help you, I like to just kind of move, give a little bit of a shake, and then I just like, okay, I got you, you're okay. Same thing. So you're going to follow, same thing, about an inch away. So follow up here, so about an inch. Okay, so same thing as I did on the other side, going up towards the origin. And then come down and do the same thing on the other side. I'm just using my thumb there. So you can see I'll do it on this side, right there. Following down. Now I'm going to come back towards the hands, and you can see his fingers are going to move a little bit. Let's make sure those guys move for you. There we go. And I'm just going to do some circles, kneading movements. Come back, turn his hands around, Mainly using my femur eminence right here, so the fatty part of your thumb. Just going to do a nice massage, get that blood flowing on the hands. And then I'm going to do some circles. You're going to feel the tendons and stuff move. And then, in between each of the metacarpals, I'm going to come towards the origin. And I'm just kind of separating them. You're going to feel some movement here. That's totally normal. And then I'm just going to do some circles again. Big ones using that fatty part of my thumb. You'll see in the video they'll come down. You can even start that way if you want, but I always go towards the heart. You're just trying to help with that blood flow. And then easing into the other side of the hand. I'm going to go ahead and try to come down a little bit and do a little lunge so you can see a little bit better. So I'm going to put my thumb and pointer finger and kind of grab his thumb. And I'm going to start doing some circles with my right hand here, my right thumb. And I'm just following the outer part of his hand. Just the outer part. And then I'm going to get the rest of his hand, just some nice circles. And then you're going to get his part here, that fatty part here. This is a great pressure point for migraines and headaches. It is also a pressure point if you are wanting to go in labor. It will help. It's been known to help induce labor. So you do not want to do this on a pregnant lady, okay? So I can do little circles and then I'll put a little pressure. And then just kind of make sure to rub that out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do thumb over thumb. And kind of go like this. All the way over the palm. And then I'm going to take my pinky and my ring finger and I'm going to lock it around. You'll see on this side his pinky, like that. Same thing, pinky and ring finger over his thumb. I'm going to do a little stretch. So I have it like this. Okay, keeping his wrist straight. Put my thumbs here at the base, his palm, and I'm going to do a nice little stretch. Stretch out. And then some circles again. Little stretch. Flip his hand over. Starting at the thumb. Just going to do some little pull here. And then press on the sides, the top. And then I kind of just flick off. Same thing, do a nice little pull. Pressure points on the side, the top. Go to the side here and just flick off. And this is when I usually like to switch. So grabbing his middle finger, do a nice little pull. Pressure points. And you guys do not want to do this if they have like rheumatoid arthritis or something. Massage is great. Sorry about that. Massage is great, but you want to, they're going to be very tender. So nice little bit is okay, and always ask them, right? He is fine, so that's why you're good to do some pressure points. But be careful on the knuckles anyways. Come to the side and flick off. Nice little pull. Pressure points. And that pinky. And then my last thing that I love to do is I'll bring their hand up. Again, always keeping their wrist straight. What you're going to do when you do the rotation, okay, is I want you to actually hold their wrists, you guys, because if someone has bad wrists, if you just went like this, it's not good for them, okay? So I like to hold it to give support and then do slow rotation. One way, and then move to the other side. Then you can do a nice little stretch, nothing too crazy. And then one of my favorite things to do is I'll do this little roll. And then a nice pull. Always ending with going up to the whole area. And then ending by putting their hands back under and covering them up. Make sure you keep everything looking nice and clean.